Hi everybody, it's Jenna, and I'm here to show you something that you can do at home to learn about thermic qualities. So everything that we have in our world, in our homes and in our schools and everywhere that we go, all of the things have a thermic quality. And a thermic quality kind of refers to the temperature that it holds. So for example, this table, it's made of wood, and wood has kind of a certain thermic quality that we can feel. Now, one of the most sensitive parts of our bodies is the inside of our wrist right here. So you can find that spot right on the inside of your wrist. And this is the spot we're going to use to feel things today. So I'm just going to lay my wrist right on the table, and I'm feeling it with just the inside part. And it feels kind of cool, but as my wrist sits there, it gets warmer and warmer. And it feels the way that wood usually feels. I could also feel the thermal quality of, say, this sweater that I'm wearing. You know, I could lay it flat on the table and just kind of feel it. And it feels different from the wood. It feels not cool. It feels not really warm, but soft and kind of room temperature. Yeah. So everything in our homes has a thermic quality to it, and we can go around and we can feel with the inside of our wrist, or we could also bring things to a table to feel them. So I've brought some things here with me today for us to feel, and you could find some things in your home and feel them with the inside of your wrist and kind of play along with me, or you can play when you're all done watching. So the first thing I brought is this jar. The jar itself is made of glass. That's going to have a certain feel to it. And even the label that's on it might feel a little different. It does. And then the lid here is made of metal. So I'm going to feel that with my wrist. Oh yeah, that's very cool. The metal is definitely cold. I can even feel with each wrist and see if it feels the same. So those are the thermic qualities of that jar. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I brought this shaker. It's made of plastic. Yeah, plastic has a certain feel to it. And the lid as well is made of plastic, nice and flat. And I can feel that with my wrist. It feels different from the metal one. Even though they're both round, they're both flat, they feel different to me. Let's see what else. I found this little jar. It's ceramic. This is made of porcelain. Let's see what that feels like. Oh yeah, kind of like glass, but a little bit different, I must say. Yeah, that feels interesting. Let's see what else we have. I found this reusable bag. This is kind of like a plastic baggie, but it's made of silicone. Silicone has its own thermal qualities. Let's feel what that feels like. It's a bit like plastic, but certainly different. That's what silicone feels like. I brought some fabrics here as well. These are a couple of the reusable napkins that we use at home. This one here is made of cotton. Cotton has a certain feel to it. This is just a simple cotton, a small weave, and it feels like many fabrics feel to me. This other one that I'm holding is kind of a flannel. It's made of cotton as well, but it's a bit thicker and softer, and it has its own feel. It's two different types of fabric. They're very similar, but ever so slightly different. So you could maybe find some fabrics to feel in your house and compare them. Notice the similarities and the differences. I have another napkin here. You'll recognize this. It's made of paper, and it's going to feel also different from the fabric napkins that I brought. Here's some other paper. This is just a scrap of white printer paper, very similar to the napkin. I'm not sure I could tell the difference with my eyes closed. They're so similar, but you can try and see if you can feel the difference between different kinds of paper. This one's interesting. I brought this wax wrap that we use to preserve our food at home, to keep things moist. The wax has a certain feel to it. It's bendy when I touch it with my fingers, but also it has a thermal quality when I put my wrist to it that feels different from anything else here. So those are just some of the things, friends, that you could gather. You can look around your house and see what kinds of things you can find that you can feel with your wrist and notice the different thermal qualities for them. Once you've been exploring thermal qualities a bit, you might choose to play this next game. For this game, you'll need to gather an array of things from around your house that are slightly different, but that you can put side by side to compare to one another. And you'll need 2 of each thing. So your things might be slightly different, but use what you can find. I've got 2 pieces of paper here, 2 paper napkins, 2 soft cloth napkins, 2 flannel napkins. They feel a bit different than the cloth ones. And 2 of these wax wraps that I use for my sandwiches. And I'm going to leave one set on this side, just as it is, and I'm going to put the other set mixed up on the other side. I've also brought a blindfold, so I'll be using a blindfold for this work, covering my eyes and not looking. I'll just be using my sense of touch. So I'll first put the second set of things on the other side of my table, and I'm going to mix them up. There. Now I have the same things on this side as I have on this side, but they're in a different order. So my challenge will be to find the match on the other side without looking. So I'll start by putting my blindfold on. Cover up my eyes there so I can't see. And you can just watch what my hands do. I'm going to use the inside of my wrist, just as before, to feel the things I brought. Those 2 do not feel the same. Feel the next one. No, it's not a match. Oh, those 2 feel like a match. I think they're the same. I'm going to put them together. And my next item. No, not a match. That's not it. Oh, yes. Those 2 feel like a match. I can tell in my fingers. That's the paper. I'll put them together. Let's see. This one? Oh yeah. That's the wax wrap. I can feel it with my wrists. These feel like cloth. I think these 2 go together. And that means these 2 should be a match. Okay, I'll stack all of my things up. And then I can remove my blindfold and I'll look and see how I did. Oh yep, these 2 are the same. Found my 2 papers. 2 napkins in a row. I felt those. My 2 flannels. And my 2 pink cotton napkins. I did it! Have fun playing, friends. All right, it's been so much fun to feel all of these different things and explore what they're like. When you're finished, of course, you'll want to make sure that you put everything away. So I'm going to take care of these things now, putting them back where they go. You can put your things away too when you're finished. Have a great time taking a thermal tour of your house, and I'll see you next time.